Got a big mouth, but he lack big ideas. Send him to the moon, that's just how I feel, yelling. It's not enough. Few solid left, but it's not enough. Few.
Now from the banks of Lake Erie, EA Sports welcomes you to Huntington Bank Field here in downtown Cleveland. Today, after a topsy-turvy opening weekend, it's on to week 2, and we've got a good one here, as it'll be the Pittsburgh Steelers taking on the Cleveland Browns. Two one-loss teams set to lace it up. This ought to be fun, and we're underway on EA Sports. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the inline. Okay, ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10.
Here we go. Set. 70 Timberwolves.
On the ground, this is Quinshon Judkins. And he was able to shed one tackle but could not get away from there. 5 yards on the game's first play, 2nd down.
Nice satisfying run on 1st down for the offense, picking up 5, which means defensively, the thought process is entirely different. You don't want to panic, but at the same time, you're saying to each other, we got to tighten this down. We can't give up gains like that.
That's to the right side and complete. To Njoku. That's good for a Cleveland 1st down, an 11-yard pickup.
A lot of tight ends just use their size and their strength, try to occupy some space and kind of body people away and catch the football. But not this guy. He's a refined route runner. Makes me wonder if he took some dance classes in his background with his footwork.
60 Bison, 60 Bison.
On 1st down, here's Judkins. He had to fight that time. Ran through one tackle, but ultimately he's only going to get back to the line of scrimmage. The Browns had 0-1 on the year following the loss in the opener. And listen, they knew last week they were in for a tough fight on the road. But now here's the home opener and a chance to get things right.
And I like the way that you presented that, because the bottom line is they didn't come out of that loss discouraged. They just came home and said, hey, if we do what we're supposed to do, protect our home turf, we'll be just fine.
Well, that'll be incomplete. Well, he took a shot as he let that go. And it's going to bring up a 3rd down. You look at this Steeler defense. This unit, they've struggled a little bit against the pass, ranked number 21 in the league.
They'll take that play right there each and every snap, because throughout this season, they've given up some big plays. To be able to hold someone to no gain, oh yeah, they'll take that one all game long.
They'll need to get this to the 38. That's where the 1st down marker is here on 3rd. They just do get the play off as he'll look to throw. Able to find the open man. That's complete. And they're going to have themselves another 1st down as the tackle's made at the Steelers' 23. A really nice gain of 25 yards. 1st and 10 at the 23-yard line.
Drag him 60. Go. Let's go.
They go play action now. Sanders. Complete. This is Mitchell. And able to get him down, but he does reach the 5. And the gain here to the previous play, and it's better than 40 yards total. A terrific opening drive has them knocking on the door, 1st and goal.
19 Tiger, 19 Tiger, Panther 11, Panther 11.
Play action. It's Sanders. And he is going to go down. Back at the 11-yard line. And the sack leads to roughly a loss of 6, and it brings up 2nd and goal.
Let's go now. Warriors, 60 Eagles, 60 Eagles. Trap 60, trap 60.
Sanders to throw. And that is incomplete.
It hasn't been a real good start to this game from a defensive perspective, but now after the incompletion on 2nd down, things may be changing. If they can come up with one more play, they might be able to get out of it with just a field goal attempt.
9th play now, this long opening drive. Can they cash it in on 3rd and goal? Sanders. And it'll be intercepted. Picked up by Jeremiah Owusu-Koramoah. And the Steelers are going to take over here on the INT at their own 5-yard line. Not something you see very often from a quarterback of his caliber, an opening drive interception.
Oh, there's no doubt in my mind that even he's surprised at how that one played out. But we know this guy is not going to stop him from continuing to fire as this game goes along. Probably give a little nod of respect across the field for that one and let him know he'll be back the very next series.
From deep in their own territory, they look to throw. That's complete to DK Metcalf. And able to get it across the 20 before they get to it. The catch and run, good for 18 and a 1st down. In motion to tight end. The first carry now. This is Johnson. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2. Well, you often say that sort of opens the playbook now, 2nd and short. What do you think, early shot here?
I like where you're going. Obviously, we've been together for a while because you know me. I want to take that shot early and loosen things up.
From the 31, here's 2nd down and 2.
Here we go, set.
Now the first carry here for the running back. Look at this, middle of the field, a breakaway. And into the end zone. Touchdown, Pittsburgh. A great play there. His 2nd rushing touchdown on the year. And the Steelers use the early turnover to get on the board first here in this one. Extra point attempt to follow here. And he'll put it through to make it 7-0 Steelers. The score, 37, Browns. Here's the Steelers kick team as they'll boot this one away. And able to get this across the 20, but not much further as he's dropped at the 23-yard line. The Cleveland offense ready to go. They threw an interception the first time they had the football, wound up leading to a touchdown the other way. How do you approach drive number 2?
Going back to your game plan coming in, everyone has matchups that they like better than others, or they think they have an advantage. Dial up some of those plays. Try and go to those spots and get your offense moving.
They work now on 2nd and 9. To throw now. Here's Sanders. And the Steeler pressure too much here. He's going down. 3rd and 19.
Brings up 3rd down.
Now Sanders. And he is caught. And way up past across the 35 before he's taken down. The defense shaking their heads, not aggressive enough, and they allow him to convert a 3rd and 18. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38.
Here we go.
Off the play fake. Here's Sanders. And that is taken in by Njoku. And he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35. A really good pickup of 28 yards. Operating out of Steeler territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 34. And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up. You look at this Steeler defense. They're just below the cut line for top half of the league. 17th in the NFL against the run.
And this game for them is all about the line of scrimmage. Winning that battle, using their leverage, being the low man with power.
And his early struggles continue. Here's another one intercepted. Picked up by Jeremiah Owusu-Koramoah. And he'll take this all the way down inside the 40.
Come on. Hey.
A 1st down carry here for Johnson. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11. They'll drop to throw. It's caught at the 6-yard line. And he will reach the 5-yard line before going out of bounds.
I know we love our jobs, and pretty much any play we see, we're pretty, excited about. The big plays, let's face it, that's what we absolutely live for. How about that one?
That was great, and what our camera missed was the fist pump from the sideline after that catch. They're fired out. That's a big game. They'll try and run. This is Johnson. And he'll get this one back to the 5-yard line, but no further than that. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be 2nd down.
Let's go now.
From the gun, he'll hand this off. Down at the 2. Broke through the first contact, but ultimately stopped short of the goal line. After getting stuffed on 1st down, not much better there. 2-yard gain.
Here we go.
They'll look to throw on 3rd and goal. To the goal line, but it's incomplete. So they opted to pass for it on 3rd and goal. Let's see what they do on 4th and goal.
Well, I think they threw it with the idea that if they didn't get it, they would go for it on 4th and goal. So they've got another play in their pocket. They're going to have to call it right now. No field goal here.
Well, they already had the early lead, and they get the interception, Charles, and now they add 3 more with the field goal.
Yeah, they're in control of how this game is playing out so far. You mentioned the early lead. Now they're expanding on it, getting plays on both sides of the ball. A winning recipe if they can keep this up.
And a decent return out to the 27-yard line.
1st and 10 at their own 27-yard line.
The Browns drive about to get started. And it's been a miserable start for them offensively, obviously. 2 drives, 2 interceptions.
And this is where you have to know your quarterback and know how you actually have to reach him. Do you do it with a little bit of humor? Maybe you break the ice a little bit like, hey, didn't we practice in that colored jersey all week, not the one that you're throwing it to? Or maybe you have to be stern with it. But whatever it's going to take to get the message, it has to be done. He's putting the game in jeopardy.
Brings up 2nd and a yard.
2nd down and a little more than a yard here.
Ready? Panther 60, Panther 60. Bronco 80, 70 Ranger, 70 Ranger. 60 Maverick, 60 Maverick. 19 Lion. Ready?
Here's Sanders. He'll swing this out to Jenkins. 7 yards there and a first down.
Another catch for him there on this drive, Brandon. It looks like they're going to utilize him out of the backfield any way they can. And that time they pick up a first down. So now on defense, do you assign a man to him and try and cover it before he gets going?
Well, a determined run there as he's going to take this all the way down near the 40. A good pickup there for the Browns, 15 yards.
Exactly what they needed right there, because they needed to use the ground game to take some pressure off, because the quarterback's been struggling a little bit.
Ready, 18 Rattler, 70 Timberwolves, go!
To throw is Sanders. The left side completion to Jones. They'll wind up getting 7 on the play, and it'll be second down.
Timing is so important on a route like this because he's going to line up out right and then cut straight across the field. I think the ball might have come out a count or two too late because by the time he was able to secure it, not much of a chance to turn it upfield.
Throwing, Sanders. Out to the flat. That's complete to his running back. And he's going to be taken down right at the line. They'll lose a yard on the play, so now they need 3 yards on third down.
And we constantly talk about people being on the same page. In this situation, the two of them saw the play with the same eyes. They understood where the open spaces were going to be, and they found a way to get there to pick up a new set of downs.
And he won't be close to a first down as he runs into a wall right around the line of scrimmage. Just a 1-yard pickup there, and it'll be 4th down.
Well, this was just simply excellent defense. On this third down, they had to be alert for the possibility of a pass, but that didn't stop them at all from understanding what was going on when they decided to run the football, and they just swarmed and stopped them for almost no gain.
Would have been a decently long field goal, 51 yards from here, but instead they're going to go for it. They'll try it now with Judkins. And he's going to have the first down yardage as he's down at about the 30-yard line. Thought they might throw the football with a little chunk that they had remaining on 4th down, but they ran it, they got it.
And the reason they were able to get it done, he ran that play with conviction, didn't he? Understood he would get a little bit of help from his friends up front, but it was really on him to go ahead and make the power move and get it done, and that he did.
He's got Njoku, his big tight end. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Browns touchdown. David Njoku, his first touchdown here of the new campaign. And the Browns have cut it back within a score. Now they'll line up to kick the extra point. And they're back within a field goal. It's 10-7 now. Kicking team out there now as they'll send this one away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The Pittsburgh offense at the line to start their next drive. Early on, you know, Charles, every game could be called a measuring stick game, but I think when it comes within your division like this, it's a measuring stick game with a little extra intrigue.
I would agree with that totally because all division games have a little extra to them. But I like where this game is situated because at this stage of the season, it has that little extra juice, but at the same time, it's not a make or break if this were, let's say, week 15, 16, somewhere in that neighborhood.
Taking it across midfield and inside the 45. It's his first catch, and it'll be good for 15 and a first down.
First down. 1st and 10 at the 44-yard line.
Here we go, set. Bronco 80.
Hands it off out of the gun. 83 yards rushing for him as he has been tough to stop here this first down.
Good yardage there on first down. Exactly what you want. Get yourself set up to keep making first downs, keep the clock running. And if they're smart, you're starting to milk the clock. No hurry before you run your second down play.
Quick throw there, but it's going to be incomplete. Gary Wilson, the intended receiver. And it's 3rd and 4.
Grant Delpit on the coverage.
In search of 4 yards here to pick up the first down. From the gun, they'll try to run it. And this defense not ready for that one as he'll take this down inside the 25. That one good for 14 yards and a Steeler first. 3 tight ends in the ball game here on 1st and 10. They stay on the ground. This time it's Johnson. And nowhere to run on the interior of that defensive line. He'll get back only to the line of scrimmage. Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9.
Here we go. Next.
They'll look to throw. Over the middle, that's caught by Metcalf. Now the Steelers use the first of their 3 timeouts as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half.
Ready, set.
First down. 1st and goal, Pittsburgh.
Ready.
They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And that'll hurt the average a bit as this time they're able to get him behind the line. That's going to go as a loss of 1 on 1st down.
Sometimes you just sit back and marvel at what he can do defensively. Speed, strength, quickness, he's the whole package. And that package just wrapped up the runner for a loss.
Now they go screen. It's complete. And he's in. Touchdown, Steelers. A great effort there as the first half is winding down. And the Steelers will extend their lead here just before halftime. Extra point splits the uprights. And his guys will take a 10-point lead. So not much time to speak of remaining in this first half as the kick's away.
The Browns take over 1st and 10 at their own 35-yard line.
Ready up.
The Cleveland offense ready to go. And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot. To this point, I've been impressed with the work defensively. They have not allowed a lot of receivers to run free. And there's another example, another incompletion.
Here's 2nd and 10.
18, Pioneer.
Looking to throw. Sanders. He's going to let it go deep for Mitchell. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there trying to take a shot, but it's 3rd down.
That's some good closing speed there defensively because that looked open for a minute. That's great work with the ball in the air. Never gave up, converged on his man, and broke the play up.
This time they stay on the ground. And brought down, but not before reaching the 45-yard line. A 10-point game, 17-7 the score as we get back to it on EA Sports. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. And they've got the lead, CD. What do you expect from them in the second half?
Well, I like what they were able to do on the ground in the first half because they had a lot of success running the ball, and I certainly think we'll see more of that. But I keep an eye on that defense, and I think their coaches up in the box will do the exact same thing. If they start to see one or two guys start to creep towards the line of scrimmage, that'll be licensed to take some shots downfield.
So from the 37, here's a 2nd and 8.
70 Lions.
They'll set up a throw. And this will be incomplete.
Had an open man that time, man. They're putting a little too much heat on it, don't you think, partner?
Absolutely. Just needed a touch more air under it. Instead, he fired an absolute bullet. So the failure to connect on 2nd down, that leaves him staring up here at a 3rd and 8.
Cougar 19.
He'll look to throw. Pass taken in by his big tight end. And he will have a Steelers first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. Things looking much rosier for him here in week 2. They work with the lead as they've got it 1st and 10. They'll give up the middle to Johnson. He'll take this to the 46. In the first half, he was held in check on the ground, but despite that lack of production, they still have the lead.
And they've got to feel fortunate about that. If they can actually get production from their lead horse, that would help open up this offense and widen this margin, too.
From the 46-yard line, a 2nd down and 6.
Panther 60. Panther 60. Let go.
On play action, they'll throw. Open man. There's Darnell Washington. And they're going to have another first down as he's going to be tackled at the Browns' 20-yard line. A good pickup there, 26 yards.
Here we go. Check.
At the 20-yard line.
Bronco 80. Ready, right?
Up the middle, Johnson. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
2nd and 9.
Ready? 70 Timberwolves.
They'll look to throw here. Rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted. Picked off by Grant Delpit. And the Browns are going to take possession here at their own 16-yard line.
The Browns take over 1st and 10 at their own 16-yard line.
The Browns drive about to get started. And they just got a little help from their defense forcing the turnover. Now can they make that pay off in points?
They need to, partner. They're down on the scoreboard. Need to take advantage of those opportunities. And this is a good one right in front of them.
And he'll manage to pick up about 4 at 2nd down.
Well, the end of all that hitting and hollering, it was a 4-yard run, so the offense is going to go back there and feel pretty good about themselves. Defensively, you have to feel okay because you didn't let it turn into a bigger run, but the goal, shut it down for 2 yards or less. That's when you start to feel good about yourselves.
He's going to let it go deep for Mitchell. And he's going to be intercepted for the 3rd time thus far. Picked off by Joey Porter Jr. And a great return as he gets this all the way down close to the 30-yard line. So they tried to take the deep shot there, but this defense up to the task.
And a lot of times when you air a ball out like this, if it does get intercepted, there's going to be a lot of space out there to set up a return. And remember, you've got 5 big offensive linemen out there playing on their feet in open space. Not a skill most of them possess that allows for extra yardage on the return.
Now a play fake here on 1st down. Oh, he was hit as he threw it there, and that one winds up incomplete.
But defensively, you're over there trying to catch your breath and try not to show the offense that you're a little bit fatigued. You're right back out there after the turnover. Now they've got to work towards getting another couple of stops and forcing them into at least a long field goal situation.
Third quarter action. Appreciate you joining us from Cleveland, Ohio. 2nd and 10. He'll look to throw. Out to the flat here for Johnson. They get 7 out of that, so they're left with a 3rd and 3.
Caught that look from you there, partner. I think we're on the same page on that one. Just his first catch. I think we both thought he'd be a little more active in the passing game. Let's see if that's the start of them trying to get the ball to him a little bit more here in the second half.
Coming up here looking for 3 yards to pick up the first.
Here we go. 19.
On 3rd and short, they'll try and pick it up through the air. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
I think he had to unload that one before he wanted to. He was right up in his grill. I think he was a dentist there without a license, don't you?
Just not enough time for the play to develop. Just lucky it wasn't a fumble, really. The offense is not leaving the field. They're going to stay out and go for it on 4th and 3. Again, he'll drop to throw. Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. Give them credit. They knew what they wanted to dial up on 4th. They executed it for 9 yards, and the offense stays out there. Here's a 1st and 10 at the 14-yard line. Off the play fake, he'll look to throw. Going across the formation, he finds Freiermuth. And he is out of bounds, getting it down to the 10. It'll be a gain of 5. And that will bring up 2nd down.
That's a good-looking play to me. The big tight end on a crossing route coming underneath. Sometimes he can gain some serious momentum going forward, can he?
Yeah, he can indeed, and pretty well executed there. And he's going to take it in for a Steeler touchdown. Pat Freiermuth, his 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Steelers are able to stretch out their lead. Point after, right down the middle. And that'll make this a 3-score game now. The lead moves to 17. Here's the Steelers kick team as they'll boot this one away. And that one not returnable. It's over the back line to the end zone, so that's going to be spotted up at the 30-yard line. The Cleveland offense ready to go. I kind of feel like they've reached a do-or-die point in this game, Charles. If they're going to try to pull off an impressive comeback, it has to start right here, right now.
Yeah, now they've got a final chance to get out of this situation, but they also understand they've got to move the ball and move it fast. In addition, they need to save as much time so they can get 2 more possessions.
Here we go.
Sanders to throw. Going right side, he finds Slayton. 4 yards the gain, and it'll bring up a 3rd down.
Well, there wasn't much there with that hitch route. They didn't gain what they expected. But sometimes when you call a hitch, you really don't have an alternate to go to. You don't have a second route to throw it to. So sometimes you have to rifle in there and hope for the best.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down.
70 Timberwolves. 18 Rattler. 18 Rattler.
Sanders. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
Looks like another empty possession offensively. And you're at that point in the game where you can't afford too many more of these. So this is going to require some heavy thinking on the sideline to figure out what they can do to crack this defense.
They punted 3 times in the loss last week as he sends this one away. And he's in for 6 and a Steeler touchdown. A 71-yard punt return. And the Steelers are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead. Extra point right down the middle. And the lead is now 24. So after the punt return touchdown, let's see what their opponents can do with this kickoff. And that is over the back line of the end zone. It's a touchback, and they'll bring this out to the 35-yard line. The Browns drive about to get started.
Well, this has been a tough one for them, Charles. They've struggled really on both sides of the football. And one thing that's really plagued them, the turnovers. They've had issues keeping the football in their possession.
And every game that's ever been played, coaches talk about taking care of the football and limiting turnovers. And in this one, after we saw that first turnover, we worried that things would snowball. And it certainly did, especially on the scoreboard.
Ready, break.
2nd and 10.
Let's go. Cowboy 80.
To throw now, here's Sanders. Setting up a screen for Judkins. Now he's loose at the 40.
And finally down at the 36-yard line. That one covers 29 yards. First down.
That was a beautifully executed screen pass. Let the rushers get upfield. The blocking forms in front. Lofted it to the runner. And now, not only does he have open space in front of him, he's got an escort as well, and they pick up big yardage.
Operating out of Steeler territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 36.
Now Sanders.
Oh, he dropped it. And that's pretty indicative of the way this one's going.
As this old brain remembers, when I see 5 wide receivers on the field as a defender, I know the ball's coming out hot. They expected it and got there and popped it free.
To throw again, here's Sanders.
This is caught inside the 5. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Cleveland. Darius Slayton, 35 yards.
And the Browns are able to cut into this deficit here in the final minute of the 3rd. Kevin Stefanski going to leave the offense out to go for 2.
They'll look to throw. And now the pressure gets there, and he goes down. So he couldn't get rid of the football, and that deficit stays right where it is. The Browns kicking team out there now as they'll send this one away.
And this one definitely not in the landing zone. In fact, it's over the back line. So this is going to come out to the 35.
The Pittsburgh offense at the line to start their next drive. And now you've got the clock winding down here in the 3rd quarter. You're 3 scores to the good. What's your approach on this drive?
Too early to fold to in the clock game. Yet at the same time, you're also not going pell-mell like you would in 2-minute offense. This is what NFL offenses call 4-minute football. Take the clock out of the game a little bit, wind it down, but at the same time, keep advancing the ball down the field.
Johnson running right. And here he'll be brought down a little shy of the 35 at the 36. We have played 3 quarters. We'll return with more after this. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports.
On the ready.
2nd down and 4.
Here we go. Here we go.
Here's a play fake as they set up to throw. Gonna look deep for Wilson. And he's in. Touchdown, Steelers.
Garrett Wilson.
36 yards. As his guys are able to push that lead out a bit further. And his kick is good, and flags fly as well. Some frustration showing through right now. This is going to be a roughing call. After the roughing penalty on the PAT, they'll kick off from 15 yards further upfield. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback.
35-yard line.
looking to put a drive together.
Come, ready.
Here's Sanders.
And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
And that's another play that's painted the picture of this game overall. It's been a blowout. It's been continually fueled by big turnovers and stops for one side and an inability to advance the ball from the other.
Now a 2nd and 10.
Back to throw. Sanders.
Looking right side, and it's intercepted.
And they'll take over inside the 45 at the 44-yard line. So cancel the interception, pass interference.
And you know what else gets canceled? The return yardage. Makes the play, but now it's all for naught.
After the penalty, a fresh set of downs. It's 1st and 10.
Set up. Panthers, 19 Lions. Ready.
Operating from the gun. Sanders.
He'll get this into the hands of the wideout from LSU.
25 yards that time.
Well, this game was decided a while ago, and that completion there is going to artificially inflate his passing numbers. So right now, the only one really applauding probably his agent as he thinks about angling for a new contract.
70 Timberwolves. Ready.
A give up the middle. Jenkins to the 27-yard line.
Yeah, I don't know if it's exactly a win-win, but if you're on offense, you'll take that kind of a run, all right? It was kind of stacked up, found a little bit of yardage, and frankly, they're pretty close to staying on schedule on offense. The playbook is still open for the coordinator.
They'll come up on a 2nd and 7 from the 27.
Here we go, Scott.
From the shotgun, Sanders.
And he rifles one incomplete.
At this point in the game, they've got to continue to try anything they can. They're still working at it, even though this one feels like a lost cause.
The Browns on 3rd down. They've hit it 50%, 3 of 6 to this point. This is 3rd and 7.
19 Tiger, 19 Tiger. 60 Maverick, 60 Maverick.
To throw is Sanders.
Touchdown, Browns. David Njoku with 2 touchdowns on the season, both in this game.
And the Browns are able to make some inroads here to that deficit. Well, it seemed like they were so focused elsewhere, they forgot about the tight end spot, and he's the one that burns them there to make this a 3-score game here, Charles, in the 4th quarter.
I think there might be a little bit of defensive fatigue from those guys on that side of the ball, partner, because they've been spending their time trying to stop them from all angles. This time, the tight end gets them.
And around the goal line, especially on 2-point tries, sometimes the QB's best friend is that big target, the tight end.
I love how you described it because you know he's going to have some length and some catch radius as well as a big body to keep people away from the football.
Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. Oh, a good-looking return set up here. And he'll return this one all the way onto the other side of the field.
Partner, when I was in college, we used to have these things called game maxims that we did before every game. One of them said, press the kicking game. For here's where the breaks are made, is the area of hidden yardage. How about that return? Flipping the field, taking it past the 50, and getting things set up to start the series.
And that'll be knocked away. It's incomplete.
Well, he's smart enough to avoid the taunting rule, but I'll guarantee he quietly has told them, you might want to stop coming after me downfield because I just broke up another pass and took away a big shot that you were trying to succeed with.
18 Cardinal, 18 Cardinal, 80. 60 Bobcat. 60 Bobcat. Go.
He'll try again with the arm here on second down. 4 yards the gain, and it'll bring up a third down.
Well, offensively, that's the mismatch that you want. You want to force a linebacker to try and cover your back out of the backfield, out in some open space. The linebackers nowadays, they run like backs, and they take a lot of pride in covering. What a nice play he made there in the open field.
And the throw there going to be incomplete. Just a little beyond the reach there of his receiver. That's probably one he wishes he had back.
He wishes it had been 7-on-7 in practice, or maybe even routes versus air, because that's a completion he makes, what, 9.9 times out of 10? Just missed that one.
Just a 30-yard punt that time. And the Browns will take over with a 1st and 10 deep in their own territory. The Cleveland offense ready to go.
Well, this game, it has had no shortage of offense. They've been able to put up a decent amount of points on this side, Charles. They just have not been able to keep pace with the other offense they're going against here.
Yeah, it's a good way of pointing things out, because now it's not a total loss, because as you said, they've scored some points, so there's some plays they can build on, moments where the game plan actually worked. But overall, though, they were just out personnel. They were going up against a team that's playing at an elite level.
79 Broncos.
Throwing, Sanders.
Man open, here's Jones.
And he has a big gain inside the 40 before being dropped. 26 big yards on that one. It's another first down.
Ready.
They'll give it to Jenkins.
And he's going to be stacked up right at the line of scrimmage. Nothing there for him. Second down.
Brandon, one thing about blitzes, they really confuse offensive linemen at times, and what you have to do is lock in on the guy right in front of you. If you don't, you saw the end result. Defensive tackle ended up making the play.
Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again, 2nd and 10.
19 tight. Hawk 70. Hawk.
Looking to throw. Sanders.
This one is complete to Jenkins.
And he'll work it inside the 30 to the 29-yard line. 9 yards, and that leaves him just short, so it'll be 3rd and less than a yard.
Man, 19 Lion. 18 Cardinal. 18 Cardinal.
Play action. It's Sanders. He'll try to pick it up himself. Hit as he throws there, incomplete.
We've seen this quite a few times in this game. Offensive line unable to keep leverage, unable to keep people away, facing a lot of pressure. Fortunate just to get rid of it.
One of the reasons they're down is that inability, though, to stop the pressure. We saw another example of it there.
Come on. Ready.
Here we go on 4th down. No reason not to try it there, and they do indeed convert on 4th. Just enough push up front. He only needed about 6 inches. He didn't get a whole lot more than that.
No, but he made sure he got enough so they didn't have to worry about measuring it or making it even close. Ends up picking up a couple of yards in a situation, as you noted, where he only needed inches.
And taking it to the 15-yard line before he's brought down. The Browns passing game finding its stride. They've got another first down.
1st and 10 at the 15-yard line.
Here we go. Go.
Back to throw. Sanders. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Browns touchdown. David Njoku, a 14-yard touchdown. And the Browns have got it back to a 2-score game here in the 4th. And now again, the Browns, they line up for 2.
The Browns will line up.
They'll try and run it up the middle. And he is going to be stopped short of the goal line. Oh, they'll mark him inside the 1. He just couldn't keep churning those extra few inches. And the 2-point attempt is turned aside.
And this one over the back line of the end zone. Well, they definitely don't want to give him a shot at returning it. That's obvious. So the ball will come out to the 30.
The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive.
If they can score here, they have a chance to make this a 3-possession game and all but put things to bed.
He's able to force his way through one man, but he can muster only about a yard on the play. Second down. They don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway. So it looks like somebody may have forgotten the snap count, and a 5-yard penalty ensues. And that false start penalty certainly not helping their cause here. Second down and long.
67 Pirates, 7 Pirates.
He'll look to throw. Johnson with a completion over the middle. 2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. Now, this is a big third down, and you'd have to think we'd see a timeout right away if they can't stop him here. Looking to throw. He's got his target. That's complete. And he takes this one down almost all the way to the 30. That's good for 28 yards.
But when you're up by 2 scores in the fourth quarter and you're going to throw the football, expect to see a lot of man coverage, because usually what comes along with man coverage is pressure. So if you're a play caller and you want to keep throwing the football, that's fine. Just make sure your offensive line understands they're going to get additional guys running at the quarterback.
Give him 3 on first down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7.
Hey, check that.
He's going to get it again. Just looking to get forward and protect the ball.
Down to the 25.
I like the call there because that was one to take time off the clock and get them closer to getting out of here with a W. In the mind of the play caller, what you want to hear is tick, tick, tick.
19 tight, 19, let's go.
They'll set up a throw.
And that is incomplete. But the pressure there on third down, forcing the errant pass. Fourth down coming up.
So many times we've seen him try to escape the pocket and do something with his legs, but in this case, the pressure was too intense and he made the wise choice to just get rid of the football and make sure no one was going to get it.
And this is just outside the right upright. It's no good. And this will remain an 11-point spread. And that miss should just about write a finish to this one.
Yeah, they needed 2 scores, and they needed that field goal there to be the first one and still give them an opportunity. But now, with the time left on the clock, I think this one's about finished.
The Browns drive about to get started.
A long drive last time out for this offense, Charles. If you remember, they started basically in the shadows of their own end zone, marched it down the field, and a lot of that was through the passing game.
And partner, as a former defensive back, I'm having almost a physical reaction watching what's happening right now. But let's give credit where it's due, because they've done an excellent job moving the ball through the air. Secondary getting picked apart pass by pass. Obviously, they need to make some adjustments there on the back end.
Yeah, because offensively, we know that they're not going to be shy about throwing that football. And this throw incomplete. The defender all over him that time, but it's going to lead to third down. We'll see where they go for this play call. Obviously tough in this spot, backed up.
Now on third and long, they'll look to throw.
Oh, this will be incomplete. The rush gets home just as he was letting that go. That could have been worse. Instead, it's fourth down.
Dragon 60. Here we go. Set. 60 Eagles. 60 Eagles.
They'll go. Here's Sanders. He'll try to do it himself. And they will get the conversion on fourth down to stay alive, but time not an ally.
Now the Browns signal for the second of their timeouts as they stop it with 22 ticks to go in the fourth.
Let's go now. 60 Maverick. Panther 60.
On first down, he'll drop to throw. And he's got his man out of the backfield. That's complete. The Browns will quickly use their third and final timeout. And as the two teams talk it over on their respective sidelines, we take a break.
60 Bison, 60 Bison. Trap 60, trap 60.
They'll look to throw now on first down. This is caught. And he doesn't quite make it, taking it within an eyelash. Dropped at the 1.
Here's first and goal.
18 Cardinal, 18 Cardinal. Bronco 80.
And the clock will now stop as a timeout is called with 5 seconds left.
Ready.
One final shot. They'll look to throw. And he's going to go down as time has now run out on this game. So this one in the win column for the Pittsburgh Steelers. And they were buoyed, Charles, by a big second half that put this one on ice.
So you get the sense that whatever was said at halftime obviously hit home. I think it's a little bit more than that, though. Obviously, there are words that are said, and, hey, come on, guys, we have to play better. But sometimes it's just sharpening your execution, sharpening your focus, and maybe doing the things you practiced all week without major adjustments, just doing them better. And that got it done in this one.
So for the Steelers, they did what they needed to do. They split their first 2 road games of the year. And they'll get another road test next week as they head to New England to take on the Patriots. Meanwhile, for the Browns, they'll drop to 0-2. And they'll get a chance to redeem themselves at home